With us now is California State Senator Ben Allen. So good to have you here on the show. And as a lifelong Californian, born and raised, I'm very excited to talk to you to find out what is going on in my home state. The U.S. Senate voted 51 to 44, I understand, to revoke California's authority. So how do you interpret this decision in terms of state versus federal powers? How's this going to shake out?
It's wild stuff. They're literally violating their own rules. The GAO and their own Senate parliamentarians said they couldn't do this, and yet they barreled ahead, violating their own rules so as to be able to tell a state that they can't do what they need to do to protect their own public health and the quality of the air. This is a problem. You're from California, so you know that we've suffered from massive public health challenges associated with air pollution over many, many years. There was a time where you couldn't even see the Hollywood sign in Los Angeles because the smog levels were so bad, and people were, kids were getting asthma. I think the lung capacity of kids in certain parts of LA was literally half of the lung capacity in rural parts of the country because the air was so bad. And so California took steps to say to the automobile manufacturers, you've got to do better. We've got to have cleaner burning cars. And that set a precedent where California's been able to push the envelope on environmental protections with regards to automobiles and emissions for many, many years. And many states have followed our lead. And this is something that's been protected and preserved by Democratic and Republican administrations and Congresses alike. And now we've got a situation where the current Republican-controlled Washington is basically stepping in on a state's right to protect its own citizens, with unique circumstances, and telling us that we can't take the steps that we've taken to try to clean up our air and move toward a cleaner burning car fleet. It's extraordinary. It's outrageous. And we're certainly going to fight it in court. But this is just another example of the madness that seems to be overtaking the folks in Washington right now.
You mentioned other states, and we've got a count here. There are 17 other states who have adopted California's emission standards. We've got a map on the screen right now to show everyone, including Nevada, Colorado, and right here in New York. So what impact do you foresee this having on these other states and taking a look at how things are changing up under this category?
Yeah, it calls into question so many of the Clean Air Act protections that we've all benefited from over the years. And so I think it's a huge concern. This is obviously going to end up in court. We're going to fight this. We're going to fight about this. But I certainly am worried about how it's not just going to impact California, but also the rights of these other states. The way the whole system was set up is that if people wanted to use the lower federal standard, they could, or if they wanted to use the higher California standard, they could. So they could do one or the other. That was the way things have always gone forward. So as to give people some certainty, so you wouldn't have the manufacturers having to deal with all sorts of different standards. So they could do one or the other, and that's what many states have decided to do because they wanted to take advantage of the same rules that we've passed to protect their own air.
Sure. California's clean vehicle standards has a goal of phasing out gas-powered vehicles by 2035. So as we take a look at the calendar, how far along has the state got to reach this goal? And I got to say, I was just there in California a month ago, rented a car in San Francisco, drove down to Paso Robles and was looking for, we got an EV car, and we were looking for somewhere to charge, and it ended up being a thing eventually. I mean, we were in a hybrid, but I wonder if that, are people really embracing it? Because sometimes it can be hard, especially if you're renting a car.
Yeah, I drive an electric vehicle too. And so I've experienced some of the challenges of the charging infrastructure. If you're in the city, there's no problem. In most cars now, most city trips are easily covered by just plugging in at home at night. But you're right. If you want to take a longer road trip, you got to be a little bit more careful about it. And now it's part of why we're investing so much in building out a major charging infrastructure all over the state. And pretty soon you're not going to have those kinds of problems. But yeah, it takes a little time to build out that infrastructure. We're switching over to a whole new type of charging. Away from gas stations and toward charging infrastructure, but pretty soon that will be much easier for folks going on a kind of road trip like you did.
All right, well, we'll see how it goes. State Senator Ben Allen from the great state of California, we appreciate you being here with us today. Thank you very much. We'll have you on again soon.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.